What's going on, everybody? We are back with another Instagram video breakdown. This was the third post that I made to my Instagram, December 2nd, 2022. This is Meridian by August Burns Red. We're also, once again, opening with scripture, as if you haven't figured that out yet. We're opening with Psalm 34, 17 through 18. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Now today, sadly, as you can see, this is a 6-minute song. We're starting at the 3-minute mark because this song has such an incredible instrumental opening, but we're not here to go over instrumentals, we're here to go over the lyrics. So sadly, due to time constraints with how much I can post and with what I'm allowed to share, we're not going to be listening to the full intro, although I absolutely love it. If you haven't heard this song, definitely check it out. August Burns Red is incredible. There's a reason I have them tattooed on me, but that's beside the point. We're going to be going over the ideas of grief, and we're going to be breaking that down through the lyrics. Due to time constraints, as I said, we're starting this a little late, halfway through, but let's get started. So, that are the lyrics, but let's go through them and break them down. So what we're going over today is we're going over this idea of grief, and I really like the way that the song is called Meridian. I did some digging. I looked up some background information about the song, which was really, really inspirational to me and why I posted it to my Instagram, because a lot of people just hear this and think, okay, that's the song. But let's get into it. The people who survive the sword will find favor in the desert. This is from Jeremiah 31:2. And the idea is that we're going to go through struggles. We're going to have problems. Life is going to do what life does, right? But if you survive the sword, you will find favor in places that you never expected. I will build you up again. You will be rebuilt. This is also from Jeremiah 31:4. I will build you up again, and you, virgin Israel, will be rebuilt. Again, you will take up your timbrels and go out to dance with the joyful. So you're going to have problems. You're going to find this idea of grief and that things are not going to go well and you're not going to be okay. But through the trials, the tribulations, the suffering, the struggles, you will find favor in the desert. And that favor is God's hand reaching to you saying, well done, my faithful servant. That's what we all want to hear, right? We want to hear well done. And whenever we look through the lyrics here, I think that what's really important is the idea of the song being called Meridian and where that derives from. Now, I looked this up, and this is what I found online. The meridian is the highest point of the sun's daily path, and it also represents a dividing line around the earth. And that symbolically, it is that No matter what happens, there will be a high point of the day, the highest point being, the sun at high noon, that a lot of people call it, or the idea that the sun will rise again, no matter how hard your day is. This was something that I was told in a relationship when I was in a very, very long time ago. I would have some of the worst days, but I was always told the day has to end at some point. No matter how hard your day is, it has to end. The sun has to go down. On the other side of that, the sun will always rise. The highest point will be the meridian. There will be a high point of your day, no matter how dark or depraved or broken it becomes. You will reach a high point. And that high point, to what I'm interpreting, now everyone can interpret it differently, but to what I'm interpreting, that high point is no matter what you go through in life, Christ is the high point. You can see something in your day. Paul tells us to take joy. Peter, James, they all tell us to take joy in our suffering. The fact that we're able to have these days, it makes you more thankful for the better days. It makes you more joyful for when the rain stops and the sun comes out. We went over this today, actually, while I was at work. It was one of the hottest days of the week. And it was miserable. And a couple of my coworkers were saying that it's terrible outside. And I said, it really makes you miss the rain, doesn't it? Because we see rain as this dark, cloudy, depressive thing. But on hot days where the sun's at its meridian, at its highest point, you kind of miss that rain. So it's this idea that God will build you up again. No matter how many times you fall, his hand will be there and will tell you, hey, I'm near. I see you're brokenhearted. I'm with you. Do not despair. Be still and know that I am God. And I just think that that's one of the greatest things about this song is it's just short, sweet, to the point. The people who survive the sword will find favor in the desert. I will build you up again and you will be rebuilt. And then I am the painter making this mess a masterpiece. God uses broken people to show that his grace and mercy is without bounds. No matter how lost you are, there is someone there who says, you know what? I've got your back. I will hold you accountable. I will carry you. I will be the favor in your desert. And I just think that that is just such a wonderful thing that a lot of people look over because this song is short, sweet, and to the point. And that's why I'm here, to do these breakdowns. I'm very excited to dig deeper into more songs by August Burns Red because they are one of my absolute favorites. They're the reason why I got into a lot of Christian metal, because I didn't really understand the lyrics, and it takes me back to whenever I was going through my Bible study, and we talked about those with eyes to see and ears to hear, understand the parables, understand the underlining tone that a lot of people who are just looking at the surface won't get. I'm here to help and guide. Open your eyes, open your ears. What is the deeper context where Christ can shine? And I'm just so grateful and thankful that I have the opportunity to go through things like this. But as always, I will see you all in the next video.